Hello guys, welcome. Hope everyone is doing fine. आज हम फिर से खेलने जा रहे हैं किंगडम कम डिलीवरेंस 2 KCD 2 के इस पार्ट 2 में आप सबका वेलकम। और जिसने भी पार्ट 1 मिस कर दिया है तो टेंशन की बात नहीं, पार्ट 1 देखने के लिए डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक है, तो जाके देख सकते हैं आप। तो अभी इस गेम को कंटिन्यू करते हैं, काफ़ी मज़ेदार गेम है, तो लेट्स सी क्या होता है आगे। शुरू करते हैं। तो गाइस इस जगह हमने उस दिन इस गेम को छोड़ा था। लेट्स सी, हमें कुछ क्वेस्ट मिले हुए थे इस ब्लैक स्मिथ की तरफ से, जिसके इधर हम काम करने के लिए आए। तो समीन जाना था हमें, और इसके दो वर्कर्स थे जो उसके यहाँ काम करते थे, उन दो बंदों को ढूंढना है जो इसका कार्गो भी लेके गए थे इसके साथ, अपने साथ। और उसका भी पता नहीं कुछ, और उन दो बंदों का भी पता नहीं किधर है, जिंदा हैं कि मर गए। और जो इसका स्टॉक था उस कार्गो में, उसे भी हमने रिकवर करना है। तो चलते हैं अपने टास्क की तरफ। उससे पहले देखते हैं कि हमारे पास कोई वेपन है कि नहीं, कि मुझे जितना याद है तो वेपन नहीं है हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं है। तो इधर के रास्ते बहुत ही खतरनाक हैं, तो हमें कोई ना कोई कॉमन स्वॉर्ड ही बाय करनी चाहिए, और वो हम इस स्मिथ से बाय करेंगे। लेट्स सी गाइस।
Show me your wares.
बस 18 रुपए 5 पैसे पड़े, तो इसमें हमें हंटिंग स्वॉर्ड ही मिल सकती है आई गेस, और तो कोई नहीं मिल सकती, सारी की सारी महंगी हैं। बाकी ये 16 रुपए की हंटिंग स्वॉर्ड है, तो ये हम लोग खरीद लेते हैं और फिलहाल के लिए अपना काम चलाते हैं, क्योंकि गेम की अभी शुरुआत है। तो हमें कोई मसला नहीं, आगे चल के हम अच्छी वेपन्स बाय कर लेंगे।
Sure, why not?
तो उस बंदे ने बोला है कि 16 रुपए और 5 पैसे की है, लेकिन हम कुछ बार्गेन करने की कोशिश करते हैं इससे। 15 रुपए की हम बोलते हैं कि हमें दे दो।
How's this? Well, if you
बोल रहा है कि
offer a
नहीं
little
भाई,
bit
15
more,
रुपए नहीं,
we can
कुछ
make a
और दो।
deal.
तो चलो 15 रुपए 5 पैसे। ओके, 15 रुपए 5
You're
पैसे में
convinced me
कन्विंस
with
हो
that
गया है,
price.
हमने बाय कर लिए गाइस
And a
एक
good day
हंटिंग
to
सॉर्ड।
you,
तो अभी
friend.
चलते हैं अपने क्वेस्ट की तरफ। इस गेम के एपिसोड्स बहुत बड़े हो रहे हैं गाइस। पिछला एपिसोड भी 2 घंटे 3 घंटे से ज़्यादा था, 3 साढ़े 3 घंटे का। तो बहुत मज़े की गेम है गाइस। कोशिश करेंगे हम जैसे एपिसोड्स कुछ छोटे हों। तो चलते हैं अपने क्वेस्ट की तरफ।
What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
You could say that. Found a dead body stuck in the road. You're kidding. Who was it?
Some vagabond. Hail, pilgrim. If it's good company you're after, that's one thing we're never short of.
हम ये गेम खेल रहे हैं गाइस 1440p 2K रेजोल्यूशन पर अल्ट्रा सेटिंग्स पर। तो काफ़ी अच्छे ग्राफिक्स हैं इस गेम के मेरे हिसाब से, बहुत ही मज़ेदार। ये खाली है कुछ भी नहीं है पोर्ट में खाने के लिए। हमें घोड़ा चाहिए होगा गाइस आगे चल के, हमें घोड़ा बहुत ज़रूरी है। इतना सफ़र पैदल करना बहुत ही मतलब अजीब लग रहा है, लेकिन कोई नहीं, फ़िलहाल के लिए नहीं हमारे पास घोड़ा, तो हमें बीच में से जंगल के चल के जाना पड़ेगा। अभी ये रेबिट है इधर, क्या हम नहीं वहाँ से कैसे मारेंगे? बहुत सुअर है इस गेम में ना, पिग ही पिग घूम रहा है। भाई हिरन नहीं है गाइस, हम पहुंचने वाले हैं अपने क्विज की लोकेशन पर। लेट्स सी उन दो आरामियों का पता चलता है कि नहीं। अच्छा इधर गायें भी हैं और काफ़ी रियलिस्टिक बनाई है इन्होंने ये गेम, बहुत ही मज़े की। इन नामी कोई शहर है, क्या एंटर होने देगा ये बंदा हमें इधर का? लेट्स सी। नाइस, इसने कुछ भी नहीं पूछा है, एंट्री फ्री है।
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey, you all right there, laddie?
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Serene is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you pray. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yarko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in Manners. We'll soon fix that.
इस चूतिए को हमें ठीक करना पड़ेगा इधर लावजह की लड़ाइयाँ करने के लिए ये बैठे हुए हैं इधर ये ले
Now you're gonna die.
ये भाई मार रहा है यार
Yeah, fuck that.
बहुत मार रहा है ये तो एक तो बड़ा ही कोई एक्सपीरियंस बंदा है
Take that, you shit.
तलवार निकाल ली है मैंने
Oh, you wee bastard!
The devil's name is fucking going on here?
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
We'll be needing 12 geese. And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yechin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone. What we bought only last week.
Enter.
Sorry to intrude, sir. This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no
sir.
need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yurko is shit-faced, and your son
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir. So, lad, you're going with us. I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Christ above. And how are you going to ride with us? On the back of my saddle? You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
Actually, that's what I was expecting. How would I ride otherwise?
You wouldn't. You'd walk. Unless you can get yourself a horse.
Those don't come cheap.
अबे घोड़ा दो ना मुझे भी
But
कोई
you're
यार
locked
ये
in,
क्या
lad.
बात हुई?
Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us, and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
No, that's all. But we should get going.
That we should. But it's getting pretty late. We need daylight for a search like that. Come back in the morning and we'll set out. If you want, stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the barn.
So guys, अभी हमने इनके साथ मिलके ढूंढना है उन दो बंदों को और कार्गो को भी। ये सर जैन सेमाइन है इनके साथ, और वो जो एक दूसरा और बूढ़ा बंदा था उसके साथ मिलकर हमें ढूंढना है उन दोनों को। ये दोनों घोड़ों पर जाएंगे, हमें पैदल जाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हमारे पास घोड़ा नहीं जो हम आगे चल के खरीद करने वाले हैं। चीज उठा लेते हैं हम लोग।
Mind where you're going.
We won't have any problems.
ये सारे इधर लड़ रहे हैं हमसे, तो हम चलते हैं बाहर।
Good to see you, friend.
और हमें ट्रैवल करने के लिए उन्होंने सुबह का बोला है, मॉर्निंग टाइम में जाएंगे। शायद कल सुबह के लिए इन्होंने बोला है, तो अभी के लिए हम लोगों को टाइम स्पेंड करना पड़ेगा इधर ही जैसे तैसे करके। और बाहर चल के देखते हैं इससे इधर क्या है अपना। कहीं रात गुजारने के लिए हमें जगह ढूंढनी पड़ेगी, लेकिन हम कहाँ सोएंगे? लेट्स सी, कोई सोने के लिए जगह ढूंढते हैं इधर हमें। गाइस ये पूरा कैस्टल बना हुआ है इधर। अच्छे घोड़े खड़े हुए हैं इधर। लेट्स सी इस तरफ क्या है। लेक एक छोटा सा। चलते हैं वापस।
God bless.
What do you want, you yokel? Speak up
ये
or get
घोड़े
lost.
बेचता है।
Would you happen to have a cheap
लेकिन हमारे
horse
पास तो
for
बिल्कुल
sale?
पैसा नहीं है।
Well, I sell quite a few horses here, but by the looks of you, you must be talking about that grey nag, eh? But all she's good for are sausages. That old bitch won't let anybody touch her. I was already suspicious when that traveller sold her to me. He said he found her running about near the Rock Tower Pond.
Grey, old, and someone found her by the Rock Tower Pond. That's where we were ambushed. That's my horse. That's Pebbles.
ब्रो ये तो हमारा घोड़ा है। ये तो
What do you mean yours? I bought it
नहीं
fair
ब्रो,
and
वो तो
square.
हमारा घोड़ा है
I
ना।
admit it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad
ये
who found
suspicious
it down by
lad
the
जो
Rock
था ये
Tower
वही
Pond.
था।
But that horse is not branded.
नहीं
So it
ब्रो,
belongs
हमारा
to me
घोड़ा है।
now.
तुम्हें तुम्हारा कैसे हो गया? रोड इन हर फ्रॉम रेड है। Who sold it to you? उसका पता ही नहीं।
She's my horse. I rode in on her from Ratai, in the retinue that was attacked down by the pond.
Right. You happen to need a new horse, and this one just happens to be the one you already own. Does it have your brand? It does not. So you are out of luck.
पूछूं?
Who sold her to you?
I told you already. Some young lad. He wasn't from here.
What did he look like? Where'd he go?
You're a bit hasty, eh? He had black hair and a big beard, and he looked like he'd been sleeping in the woods, and his breath smelled like hell, but I couldn't tell you where he was headed.
अभी reasonable करके कुछ करते हैं, लेना पड़ेगा इससे.
Look, it's just one horse. It's not that important, is it?
What do you mean, not important? I sell horses. It's how I make a living.
Ah, well, a horse here or there. What difference does it really make?
Fail हो गया. ये
It
हर बार
makes
ही
a
fail हो
difference
रहा है.
to me and to Lord Sameen as well.
Oh, well. Never mind then.
अभी देखें कितने की दे रहा है.
Fine. I'll buy her from you then.
That's more like it.
ओ भाई, हमारे पास 3 पड़े हुए हैं.
I'm sure you can take good care of Pebbles, but I just can't accept that price.
रुपए पड़े हुए हैं, इतने पैसे हमारे पास हैं ही नहीं. तो
It seemed to me like
बाद
you might
में
have
हो
some
सकता है
history
उससे
with
बाय
Pebbles,
करने आ जाएं.
but I suppose I was wrong. At least it certainly doesn't look that way. What with the pittance you're offering me?
At least Thunder does not look that way. What are the
Yeah, the price for this one seems fine to me. If only I had the coin.
I reckon Bitterclee won't mind if we negotiate a bit over him, eh?
That's a good price for Pebbles, but I don't have that many groschen.
Why not choose one of our Sameen horses, eh?
I changed my mind. What do you have for sale?
सेल करने के लिए भी कुछ भी नहीं है.
Yeah, maybe next time then.
लेकिन कोई नहीं. बाद में घोड़ा ले लेंगे. अभी के लिए हमें सोना है कहीं ना कहीं. Bird sleep.
What did I do to you?
इधर कहीं हम अगर कैंप कर सकते हैं तो शायद इधर ही. चोरी भी कर सकते हैं हम घोड़ा इधर से. लेकिन पकड़े जाएंगे क्योंकि अभी हमारा इधर मिशन है. ये सीसी साइन है. मुंबई डरेना. हॉर्स ट्रेडर. स्मोक हाउस. एंग्रेक. अंदर सो भी नहीं सकते हम लोग, ये प्राइवेट है.
Don't get ideas. I wasn't at my best. But I'm not gonna scrap with you again.
You've got quite an unusual accent. Where are you from?
Can't you tell? From Znojmo in Moravia. Lovely country. All vineyards and bonny lasses.
Well, you don't like it here?
You see any vineyards and bonny lasses here? The locks are but all right. They didn't exactly lift your spirits, but more the other way around.
You're related to the Semines, if I understood right.
Aye, I wouldn't near be here otherwise. My great-grandmother married young Lord Semine's great-uncle. It's not every day that your, first cousin, once removed, gets married.
Twice removed, but that doesn't matter.
Ah, who cares? There'll be a good old shindig, that's all that counts.
You're a long way from Moravia. You must hold Lord Semine in high esteem.
My pa holds all his kin in high esteem, so he sends us all over the place. But we didn't have all far to go. We were at a wedding in Rottenburg last week, a wee bit from KLEVV. Before that, it was a bairn's christening at Koschenberg, and another wedding in Dalchin. Then a friendly visit to our kin, the Shellbergs in Coolberg. That's all I mind. I haven't been home for 6 months.
ये बहुत बोल रहा है.
Talking about, damn it! That's how you have to play!
हमें है तो time spend करना. Start steal something. थोड़ा खरीदना है तो चोरी करने को बोल तो ये टूटिया अगर खड़ा ही खड़ा हुआ दूसरे ये इधर हैं ही.
God grant you health.
प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी है. इधर ऐसे आना है तो ठीक नहीं. लॉक पिक ही नहीं है हमारे पास. कुछ भी नहीं. कोई ना कोई आ जाएगा अगर सोने की कोशिश करेंगे इधर तो.
You're not permitted to be here.
New.
I've got you. You can't say you weren't warned. You can't just loiter around on other people's property. You'll pay up and show me whether you stole anything. Otherwise, we'll deal with your unruliness on the pillory.
I can't pay. I don't have enough money.
In that case, the pillory...
Eat shit!
इधर
Don't fear! I'll take that swine! You're no match for us, fucker!
What are you doing?
Come on then!
किधर फंस गया है?
Christ be praised, sir. Greetings to you. Christ, what now?
तो गाइस अभी हमें वेट करना पड़ेगा और इन दो बुड्ढों के साथ हमें जाना पड़ेगा उन दोनों को ढूंढने और उस कार्ड को ढूंढने।
God grant you health, sir. Greetings to you.
हमें एक रात स्टे करनी है इधर।
Can I ask you something, Captain?
Sure. Ask away, son.
I'd like to go and see that wedding.
Wouldn't we all, lad? And what would you do there?
Well, I heard Lord von Berghoff will be at the wedding, and I need to speak with him.
Son, I don't know if you're serious or yanking my pizzle. Anyways, you're Radovan's hand, ain't ya? He'll be coming to the wedding. He's making a wedding gift for the groom. Stick with him, and maybe he'll take you with him.
What about Lord Semin? What's he like?
What are you asking me, son? We don't know each other well enough for me to criticize my master.
Oh, I'm not asking you to criticize him.
And would you believe me if I told you he's kind and just? That he knows how to make some coin, but he ain't no miser. He knows how to give orders, but he'll listen to advice too.
Sounds almost too good to be true.
See? You wouldn't believe me.
This Yurko and his maze, who are they?
They're Lord Semin's kin. They're fine as long as they don't get too much booze inside them.
Only they're from Moravia, so they're never far from the booze.
But what can I tell you, lad? Each to himself. Besides, they stick with the family when push comes to shove. And you can't say that about everyone.
And you, sir? What is it you do?
Well, son, I wonder if I haven't made a mistake about you. If you haven't figured me out by now, you can't be very bright.
No, I just meant, what exactly is it you do for Lord Semin? And your name isn't exactly very common.
I'm the captain here, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you what a captain does. As for my name, it's a nickname Lord Semin's grandpa gave me. May he rest in peace. When I joined his service as a young fella, I took my Nardi club with me. Wouldn't use anything else. I was used to it. And more than once helped me to, well, win an argument. I broke many a hard skull with it. And it's still in one piece. We've been together so long, we even share the same name.
You're lucky you didn't turn out to be Captain Knob.
Or Captain Headcracker. You're right.
How about von Berghoff? What's he like?
Well, actually, I don't know that much about Sir Otto. He spends a lot of time in Prague and traveling all over the kingdom. He ain't in Trotsky that often. Once a year, before Christmas, he invites his yeomen there, including Lord Semin. That's decent.
That's all you know?
That's it.
I'll get going then.
Ah, sacra.
गाइस हम तो अभी सो के उठे हैं, लेकिन रात है, अभी टॉर्च जलानी पड़ेगी तभी जाके कुछ टॉर्च है तो सही हमारे पास, लेकिन ये हाउ टू यूज इट मुझे नहीं पता। ये टाइम हो रहा है, मेरे इधर तक सुना है ना 5 बजे तक। स्लोली दिन होता जा रहा है।
Be careful. It isn't safe around here.
लोग गए अभी तो। से बात करके देखते हैं।
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
शीपोस, अच्छा ये घोड़े वाला ही है।
Be with you, my friend.
Good day to you.
ये प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी है, इधर तो नहीं जाना चाहिए हमें।
I need something to eat.
रोक करके हम थोड़ा वेट कर लेते हैं तब तक कुछ टाइम आगे बढ़े। और ये
You shouldn't be out here alone like this. Awful things have been happening here.
पड़ा है चोरी वोरी करने के लिए, खाने के लिए। ये हो गया फिलहाल के लिए तो। अभी क्या टाइम हो रहा है? कुछ टाइम गुजर जाए। हमें उससे मिलना है गाइस, कोर्टयार्ड में ये इधर खड़े हुए हैं। अभी हमें जाना है।
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching?
नाइंसाफी नहीं है एक
If they
किस्म की
drove
हम
out of
पैदल
Kharkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through
ये
Troskovitz.
घोड़ों पे
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskovitz ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
You know how those Moravians are. It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
नहीं ब्रो लेकिन हाँ सही है
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me,
बूढ़े से
I'll
हमें
explain
फाइट
some
करनी
things
है
to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents.
फ्रेंडली
happening.
फाइट पता नहीं किधर गए हैं वो कमीने अभी उन्हें हमें ढूंढना है
So, we're here. Gnarly, tell the youngster here what's what.
चलें गाइस अभी ये इधर हमारे साथ फाइट करेगा
I'm feeling a bit
इसे
peckish.
फाइट करने का इतना ही ज़्यादा शौक है कि बस क्या ही बताऊं लेट्स सी और अभी हम इधर वॉश कर लेते हैं खुद को फिर बाद में भी वॉश करेंगे
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Sameen. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly. Hold on a mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
all right what you give me से ले लेते हैं क्या दे रहा है देखो
What weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
sword and axe sword
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks and get your arse into the pen.
मुझे लगा फ्री की मिल जाएगी अपना लेकिन फिर भी ये सही है ग्रैंडीज क्लब sword भी पकड़ लेते हैं इधर हम
So,
अबे
on then.
अबे
What do you say, son?
ये क्या था?
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
That's true. And you handled this too, sir. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he's saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
ने मुंह तोड़ा कि पता नहीं क्या था ये, मुझे तो समझ नहीं आई। चढ़ गया। लेट्स गो गाइस, मेन मिशन की तरफ चलते हैं।
I needed that. It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. Don't worry about losing, lad. You've got some talent, I can tell. You should come to the courtyard, and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come, Henry. We've got a nice arena in Sameen. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein. It's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern in turn. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing.
Ave Maria.
So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
As you wish,
सही है
sir.
भाई, तुम्हारी बात नहीं करेंगे हम उधर। लेट्स गो गाइस, पूछताछ करने वेगन की।
Careful!
लड़ी क्यों रही है? ये खड़ा हुआ है।
A bit longer. Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semine on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now. On account of the wedding, you know?
It seems you have a lot of concerns with that wedding, Master Bailiff.
Of course I do. I'm the father of the bride, after all. Although not everyone sees eye to eye with me. Lord Semine would be happier if I paid all the bills and left all the decisions up to him. Who's invited, what there'll be to eat and drink, entertainment, everything. It's not like I have a burning desire to deal with it, but if I'm going to pay for it...
I understand. But isn't it just that the groom's family is more concerned about these things?
That's not it. I'll tell you what it is. It's because Lord Semine is a noble and I'm just a commoner. Only I've got coin. While he's trying to keep the wolf from the door in that piddling estate of his.
You're right, Master Bailiff. Don't worry, though. People will find out you spared no expense for your daughter's wedding.
Let's hope. More like that old miser will go around saying the opposite and put me to shame.
I don't think Lord Semine would do that. Do you know anything about Radovan's hired hands?
Only what I've told you. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind if they never turned up again.
Why's that?
Well, they might look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, and Radovan praises them, but I know people. That pair have mischief in their eyes. I can tell.
That'll be all. Thanks.
चलें तो गाइस ये बोल रहा है कि कुछ दिन पहले अपना मैंने उनको विलेज के बीच में से जाते हुए देखा है, लेकिन वो बहुत तेज़ जो है कार्ट को से भगा रहे थे। ये कोयला जो है वो नीचे गिराते जा रहे थे। इसके आगे से कुछ पता नहीं, तो अभी हम चल के इनको बताते हैं। थोड़ी बहुत वेंडिंग के बारे में बातें हुई। ये लड़की का बाप है, ये बोल रहा था कि सारा पैसा मेरा लग रहा है। ये जो बूढ़ा है अपना लॉर्ड, ये सिर्फ क्रेडिट ले रहा है।
Well then, young man, how did it go?
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yitchin? The bastards! And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yitchin!
Sir, I can send a message to the Yitchin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Heading it home, sir.
I will. Praise Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yitchin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing, I'll take Yitchin any time.
Yitchin जाना है उन्हें ढूंढने।
Inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place.
Bless you.
But I'm not sure, sir, if they'll let the two of us set foot inside the door.
Oh, gnarly, that was 15 summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
True. Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled. They might not have gone to Yitchin. They could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my braves they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old dive is still standing. Let's go, then.
मुझे 150 रुपए जमा करने हैं, जैसे तैसे करके चोरियां करके कुछ भी करके घोड़ा लेना है। लॉर्ड हैंड्स के फोन का भी पता ही नहीं किधर चला गया, किस साल में हो गया।
So, St. Anthony, which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
अभी रास्ता देखना है इधर से कौन सी तरफ जाता है वो इस तरफ जाता है आई गेस इधर से घोड़ा चोरी कर सकते हैं
I'm feeling a bit peckish.
घोड़े खड़े हुए हैं यार इधर हाँ जी बुड्ढे क्या था उस तरफ हमें जाना है
Found anything, lad?
Not yet.
कुछ मिला तुझे ये क्या है
A sack of charcoal? That could have fallen off the cart.
चलो बताते हैं उसे इस तरफ गए हैं वो ये इतने में अगर मैं एक घोड़ा चुरा लूं ऐसा मिशन बढ़ गया
You found anything, lad?
There's a sack of charcoal lying in the ditch to the left of the road. The bailiff said they were driving like the devil, so maybe it fell from the cart.
Oh, that makes sense. To the left it is, then. Gnarly! Back here!
We're getting close. I can feel it in my bones, sir. You'll have the car back in no time.
I just hope we find the horses, too. Yarmilka here ain't the youngest, and I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
A nobleman in honor.
You might get to
मैं
see it
शायद
soon
नहीं
enough.
कर सकते
The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
That's a tough question, sir. But nothing happens on God's green earth without his will. If that's the way God wants it, there's nothing you can do.
None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one. Not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
Hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar, right enough. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Very well, sir.
चलें गाइस अभी फिर से इन्वेस्टिगेट करना है. इधर तो कुछ भी नहीं है. अच्छा ये पड़ा हुआ है वैसे ही चारकोल का. ये इधर कार्ड के निशान है. ये रहा इधर कार्ड. हाँ यही है.
The blacksmith's cart. And someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the blacksmith's cart! Come here!
I'm feeling a bit peckish.
I should take my हथियार बाहर. Be out.
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Of course, the goods are gone. The bastards hauled it off to the rocks. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old young milker would only break a leg there. And keep a sharp lookout. Something stinks here.
I told you. He got ambushed by them bastards that's on the rampage around here, sir.
Oh, be quiet. We still can't be sure of
पैदल
anything.
जा रहे हैं. इन्हें ढूंढना है. दोनों मिलने चाहिए.
Ah, Apollonia. I spent a lot of time running around here as a young lad.
Oh, not me. This place always gave me the shivers.
God's truth, I ain't got only good memories of it. One time, got my legs stuck in a crevice a bit further on. Trapped there all night I was, shitting myself with fear. It wasn't till morning that the folk from the fortress found me. The whole of Sameen was out looking for me.
See, at least you came here as a kid. It still gives me the creeps here.
Why is that, sir? It's just some rocks, ain't it?
You'd sing a different tune if you'd had the rope maker's wife as a nanny when you were
आवाज आ
little.
रही है. कुछ
Now she had
दिखाई
some
दे रहा है
tales
मुझे.
about this
लोगों की आवाज आ
place.
रही है.
Headless horsemen, goblins and white ladies. Every night we'd gather by the hearth. The
चुप
old woman
करना.
would sit at her spinning wheel telling stories. I'll tell you, Captain, there isn't much I'm afraid of. But when that blind
लग रहा है
old
उस तरफ है,
crone
ऊपर,
was croaking her tales of devils and holes to hell, fire crackling and the wind... Yeah, I hear it.
There's somebody there, sure enough.
Let's get closer.
कितना बोल रहे हो?
It ain't that strange. Even my uncle had a pair like that. Each eye a different colour, but he definitely weren't it. How would you know?
True. You never know what crosses folk have to bear.
Jesus, Hansa, don't start again. I'm trying to tell a story for amusement, not listen to your supposedly education.
What do we do now? I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatigo used to come make a fire here and jump over it. And so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what's that got to do with anything?
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right. Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just the kind of thing we took you along for.
Sure, sir. With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get going.
Let's see.
I need something to eat.
इधर से चलते हैं.
Stumble with a priest. Pigs can fly. And for a wench, he's got a miserable pair of tits on him. You don't say. You really saw that? I'm not kidding. Honza,
Those
tell him I'm
definitely
not...
aren't in the blacksmith's hands.
अभी अटैक चल रहा है.
Come on, then.
I've been...
अबे पीछे इधर से भी आ गए.
Help me with it! Now I'll show you!
Fuck him! He knows how to sword fight. Good lad, yeah! Get away from that fucking state out of it! Fuck that! Don't kill him. This one's mine.
Fucking hell. Bleeding, fucker.
Hello. Not too friendly.
Hey, Henry, get over here.
Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here, and none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them. But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
I am. Let's go.
अब ऐसा ना करना कि मुझे डायरेक्ट उधर पहुंचा देना. मुझे वो weapons उठाने थे.
Clear, Fencer. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
It makes no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time with the Shani, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours.
यार मुझे वो वेपन दे देते हैं आप लोग. उसकी मैं उठा लेता यार वो.
Gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. Just as long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently?
Yo.
You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
Kill him. अब ऐसे क्यों मारा उसे मार देते.
What are you gaping at?
अभी यार मैं तलवार उठा लेता, अभी तो मैं मर जाऊंगा, इधर मुझसे नहीं लड़ा जाएगा आई गेस। तो
At them!
You, horse son!
Hammer them, men!
अबे निकाल ना, चूतिए।
Take that! No, you don't.
देख रहे हो?
No. Yeah!
Well,
You don't spare him! Hey, now you fucked up! You! You're no match for us, fucker!
ये गया, ये शील्ड डाले के लिए मुझे पहले कुछ खाने दो।
I'm hit!
अभी एक
At him! He's got no chance alone!
नाइस। अच्छा खासा डैमेज दिया है मैंने उसे। नाइस, अभी ये मेरी तरफ आ रहा है।
You should have fucking stayed out of it. This one is still left. Nice strike.
मरेगा, ये मरना चाहिए। अभी एक मिनट में कोई लूट करके ये एरो है और ये सारी चीजें,
They got what they deserve, the
ये है
fuckers.
मिलिट्री स्वॉर्ड।
Henry, hey, Henry,
एक
are
मिनट
you
रुक,
listening?
टुडे एक मिनट रुक, मिलिट्री स्वॉर्ड मिली है मुझे।
Come here.
I'm a nobleman. You have to spare me.
Oh, do be quiet. We'll decide what to do with you later. What about your family?
Hey,
Fallen on hard
Henry.
times. That's why I do what I do.
What now? One of them bastards fled into the rocks. Chase him down and bring him back.
Did you see which way he went?
No, I had other things on my hands. Besides, you're the one who's supposed to keep watch.
ओके मैं जाता हूँ।
I'll go and track him then.
Great.
पहले मैं इनकी लूट करने दो मुझे। मुझे अपना टायर वगैरह अच्छे से चेंज करने दो इधर। शील्ड है। इसकी हम उठाएंगे वापस आकर। अभी के लिए ना ये इधर बंधा पड़ा हुआ है। लेट्स यूज सम बैंडेजेस। बैंडेजेस इस्तेमाल करके हेल्थ अपनी रिकवर कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद चलते हैं। अभी क्या हेल्थ हुई है? अभी उतनी है। अभी 100 किधर रहा है यार तू अजीब। ये बीच में सोने लग गया है। उठ जा भाई, तो लेकिन सी किस तरफ क्या है?
I'm as hungry as a wolf.
Some meat. Alcohol has boosted some of you. इस तरफ तो नहीं गया, लेकिन फाइनली हमें मिलिट्री स्वॉर्ड तो मिल गई है। ये आर्मर भी ले ले। ऊपर से हमला कर दे। उसने तलवार भी उठाई थी, जितना मुझे याद है ना। ये तो पीछे ही है, तो ऊपर इधर ही कहीं है वो। ये
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
You won't yield?
Oh, I told you. No.
All right. I was hoping for a peaceful end to it. But if that's how you want it, I'll get you.
You can't stand up to this. I've been waiting for you.
So hard to kill. रुक के अटैक करना पड़ेगा। अबे ये मुझे से वो करना है, डॉज करना था। अबे ये मुझे डॉज क्यों नहीं कर रहा मैं यार? क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं? क्या खा लिया हमने? नहीं बढ़ रही है। Some of your equipment is very damaged, such as item worth. कुछ भी नहीं है इधर खाने को। क्या पी लिया है मैंने? पता नहीं कौन सी चीज़ पी ली है। अभी ये आ रहा है इधर।
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
One-on-one, yeah. But it must be clear to you that you're no match for me. Even if the noose is waiting for you, it's still a more pleasant death than getting your head smashed in with a rock. And believe me, I'll do it if there's no other way.
Fuck! All right, I'll come with you. But you'll put a word in for me.
I might. As long as you don't try anything.
Promise me.
I won't promise you anything. Now, come on.
Yeah, the reputation lost होगी ये कैसे?
I've got a prisoner for you, sir.
Excellent. It all worked out quite well in the end. Gnarly will take care of this scum.
What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good job, youngster. You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clamoring over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me, you deserved it. And now, let's get that accursed cart back to Samin. Want a ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to RYZEN as soon as possible about what happened with these hands.
A ride would be great. My legs are sore.
Wait until you're my age. Well, let's get going.
थोड़ी लूट करने दे रहे हैं कि नहीं?
shook on it. But on the way, you had the idea we'd keep it.
What? That ain't true.
Leave it out, you two.
गाइस ये क्या चीज यूज कर लिया हमने?
One way or another, you wanted to fuck me up.
अजीब हो गया.
Doesn't matter whose idea it is.
How to undo it? Is there any way? नहीं, कोई नहीं.
We didn't want to steal it. Well, Venser did. I didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't want nothing. But I got mixed up in this by mistake.
Stop arguing, or I'll unhitch the cart and let the horses drag you the rest of the way.
Where are you taking us?
To Samin, where his lordship will hear you out and decide what to do with you.
I hope you realise you can't just execute me.
Ah, it depends. By rights, I should send a plea to some court to decide if we can behead you. But in these shitty times, nobody will give a toss. Parchment's dear, and ink ain't free either. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd happily risk it and knock your head off without permission.
I see how the law is respected here.
Ha! Are you yanking my bizzle? You're a fine one to talk about law.
And what will happen to us?
If Lord Semin's in a good mood, he'll try to find out whose idea it was.
It definitely wasn't mine.
You're such a rat, Frenzy.
On the other hand, when I hear you lot going on and on, I reckon he might not give a damn.
I'm innocent. I swear on my soul.
Is that supposed to soften my heart? Pah! Every mention I dragged to the gallows swore on his mother. Nobody with any decency would risk his mother's immortal soul.
कहाँ पहुँचे हैं हम लोग? सही है. अभी हमें वापस जाना है इधर. तो हमें अभी इधर रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहिए.
Even if he was as pure as the driven snow, but this bastard doesn't think twice about his soul. You should be ashamed.
ये पता नहीं कौन सी चीज मैंने यूज कर ली. ये कैसे इधर ये गया? So, चलते हैं ब्लैक स्मिथ की तरफ वापस. हमें उनके कपड़े उठा लेने चाहिए थे. ऐसा जैसे नहीं उठाया कि वो जो आर्मर वाला बंदा था, मैंने सोचा वो भी मरेगा अभी तो उसके उठा लेंगे वापस आके. लेकिन उसे वो लोग लेके गए सिक्योर करने के लिए. पता भी कब तक चलेगा ये, खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है ये जो फिल्टर, पता नहीं क्या लग के। पता नहीं क्या बेनिफिट है इस चीज से। सबसे पहले तो आई विल स्लीप, के बाद कोई दूसरी चीज देखी। कुछ रिपोर्ट करने से पहले मैं जाऊँगा सामने। फिर हमारा बेड था ना, यू रिमेम्बर पिछले एपिसोड में इसने हमें दिया था अगर, वेयर वाज इट? इधर है।
Don't shove.
था क्या था लेकिन किधर था? I don't know why. चलो रिपोर्ट करते हैं पहले ऐसे, फिर शायद पता चले। स्टार्ट ब्लैक स्मिथिंग नहीं है ब्रो, रिपोर्ट कर।
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down? The whole band?
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
I'm not sure. Lord Semin took them and Gules to his courtyard. We'll see how he deals with them.
I know what to do with them.
Don't worry. I don't think Lord Semin will let them off lightly.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truskovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semin is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
Don't pretend. A statue of a saint would have his eye on her. Looks ain't everything, though. She's got such a sharp tongue on her. I almost feel sorry for young Semin. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble-born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right.
We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings-on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia. But you'll have to ask the Truscovitz womenfolk if you want to know more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Truscovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation.
ये क्या भाई, भूतों की इन्वॉल्वमेंट हो रही है इधर। एक वेडिंग के लिए समेन के बंदे के लिए जो हमने स्वॉर्ड बनानी है, उसके लिए स्टील चाहिए। वो स्टील हमारे पास है नहीं, तो सिमत को पता चला है कि कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स के थ्रू एक बंदा है जो रीथन्स के साथ लड़ा करता था, उसके पास एक ब्रोकन स्वॉर्ड है और वो स्पेनिश स्टील है, उससे हम स्वॉर्ड बना के देंगे बिल्डिंग की गेट जैसे वो टूटे। अभी वो ढूंढने के लिए हमें निकलना है। अभी वो ढूंढने के लिए निकलना है हमें। बहुत गॉसिप सुनने के बाद पता चलेगा हमें कि वो किधर है। एक तो ये इधर चलना पड़ेगा, बात तो सारी की सारी इधर ही पता चलेगी प्रोस्कोविड्स में। और एक क्वेस्ट ये इधर मिला हुआ है हमें, और ये क्वेस्ट भी हमारे पास है, ये भी है। तो अभी बहुत गेम रहती है, अभी तो शुरुआत है, तो अभी हम स्लोली अपना कंटिन्यू करेंगे। लेट्स सी, इसने मुझे ये समझ नहीं आया कि बेड किधर गया। ये दिया था सोने को। आप भी काफी रात लगती है ना, मतलब जेन्युइन देखें कैसे बिल्कुल लग रहा है कि ये क्या कौन सी चीज टूटी हुई है हमारे पास। तो सही है, ये भी सही है, ये टूटी हुई है। आगे शील्ड टूटी हुई है। तो गाइस वीडियो ज़्यादा लंबी हो जाएगी, इस वजह से ना अभी इधर ही हम छोड़ने वाले हैं इस वीडियो को, फिर इधर ही इधर से ही कंटिन्यू करेंगे कल। तो अभी के लिए बस इतना ही, और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें, वीडियो को लाइक कर दें। तो कल मिलते हैं।